Welcome to Case Breakin, the new show with my dear friend Michael Redd and Stephen Michaels over here. This is a show for your casual investor, your newbie, and then your fellow degenerates like myself who just like to rip wax and collect cards and make aggressive plays. Michael, welcome.
First of all, you're not a degenerate. You're a celebrity. So let's establish that now.
I'm glad we got that over with.
Yes.
You know, we want to talk about a lot of things on this show. First, we're going to talk about the state of the sports world, with the NBA free agency period that just went through, a little bit of March Madness just because our Buckeyes went out early. I got a little opinion on that, as I'm sure you do.
Yeah.
That was painful.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about a little bit of investing, and we're going to bring us a segment with Stephen, because one of the things we want to do is educate you on the hobby. We want to educate everyone on what is going on currently in the hobby and what is going to help position the casual investor, position the newbie, and educate them on what is going on in the market. So that being said, let's go quick into March Madness and those Buckeyes, man. I mean,
Quick.
I got to be honest. You tell me. You played in the Big Ten tournament. You played for Ohio State, obviously.
Yeah.
What I saw visually is just, it seems like every team, not just the Buckeyes, they had no legs.
Yeah.
They just looked tired. Yeah,
there's been debate for many years about whether we should bump the tournament up a week and give more rest to the players before they get into the tournament. Ohio State played 4 grueling games before they went to the tournament. Now, they would say there's no excuses. I've been there, I've done that, and went to the Final Four. But it's grueling. And so the Big Ten basically beat up on each other before they got into the tournament, and therefore there's a massive exit from all of the teams in the Big Ten except for that team up north.
All year round, and the team up north, they went out early, and I thought I saw Chris Holtzman talk about how he's like, I wish we would have went out early. We would have got more rest. Not that that's an excuse,
Sure.
but it kind of is an excuse.
Sure.
But, I mean, they were gassed. I mean, you saw them out there. They just did not look the same.
100%.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to Oral Roberts, and wish them well, but there's no way they should have beat us.
That was a great story.
Yeah.
That was
a great
nice.
story.
It's a great story. But,
And I had graduates who are friends of mine from Oral Roberts call me and text me that day.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They couldn't wait. And,
it just stinks that we had to be the scapegoat on that, but good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
So let's jump into free agency real quick. What do you think? What's your first thought? What's the first thing you thought of?
Wow. Well, there's more attention on the buyout market than ever before, probably, with
Sure.
what happened with the trade deadline yesterday. So you look at the big names, LaMarcus Aldridge, you look at Andre Drummond, you look at some of the moves that the team's made. And at the end of the day, everybody's trying to position themselves to be 2 teams, the Brooklyn Nets and the LA Lakers. And one of the major trades that happened maybe a week ago or so was the P.J. Tucker trade with Houston trading him to Milwaukee, which I thought was a great trade for us.
It's a great trade.
The Milwaukee Bucks. And so it's teams are getting better, especially the East. They're loading up. So what's your thoughts? And we can dive more into that.
I mean, my thoughts were, one, Toronto was asking for too much for a 34, 35-year-old point guard. He is on an expiring contract, but Kyle Lowry is a great player. No disrespect to him at all, but obviously they were asking too much. I was a little shocked the Lakers didn't make a move, but at the same time, you can tell what they're thinking. In the Western Conference, it doesn't matter if you're the 1 seed or the 8 seed. It doesn't.
Right.
The Lakers are clearly like, you know what? We don't care. We're gonna get AD healthy. We're gonna get LeBron healthy, and we're gonna go in. If we got to play the number 1 seed, okay. No matter what, you're gonna have to go through a grueling schedule. I mean, if you're the number 2 seed, what are you playing? Dallas right now? I mean, gee.
The West is loaded.
It's just loaded.
It's loaded.
And
the East, you look at the East, the top 4 teams clearly, or 3 teams to me, are Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and Philly. Those are the 3 teams. Miami now got better.
A lot better. A lot better. And they've been playing better as of late, too.
They have. Let me ask you a question when it pertains to cards, even. Does a player's trade to another major market make his value of his card go up?
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Especially a younger player that goes into a larger market. Like if Hero got traded to Toronto, we might as well just forget about him for a little bit, right? Because Miami's it's a big market. It's a sexy market. People want to buy cards out of those big teams. L.A. I mean, look at a guy like Devin Booker. If that guy gets traded to L.A., look what happens.
100%.
So it certainly has an effect on cards, and we'll talk about that a little bit more later. For me, I was probably most impressed with the Nuggets because I felt like they had some good pieces, but they brought in some great players. Aaron Gordon especially, young. I mean, they've got a good core.
They do. They do. JaVale McGee was traded from Cleveland.
They got Aaron Gordon. They've got Michael Porter Jr., MPJ. His card values have been skyrocketing as of late, I believe. He's been playing better, right, Stefan?
No.
Well, then that's wrong. I thought they were. That's another fellow aggressive play on me.
He's been on a little roller coaster, man. He'll have a game with 30 points, and then he'll have a game with 7-8 points the next time, or the coach will hold him back or not let him play. He's getting a lot more consistent playing time, but he still really hasn't hit that potential yet. You can see flashes, but his cards haven't spiked yet.
That's the thing. I mean, it's like the Nuggets are still like they want to die with water in their canteen. They have a great player there in MPJ, and they don't play him. They still think he has a back injury. He's 2 years removed from this thing.
They're going to come to a crossroads because do you build around MPJ or do you continue to build around Joker?
Yeah, I think
Joker.
Of course, Joker. Absolutely. But MPJ is almost like a franchise type of guy.
I mean,
potential.
Before he got hurt, there was rumblings of him being the number one pick in the draft.
Correct.
So
correct.
I'm a fan. I'm just waiting for him to get the time that he deserves because he's had bursts and moments where he's been incredible.
100%.
Incredible.
I think he needs to be positioned to be the guy.
Right.
At some point. I don't know when, but.
I mean, speaking of cards, Joker is, his cards they're going up.
Yeah.
And I would imagine they're going to continue to go up. And then you think about, hold on. Why am I forgetting his name? Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray. That's why they traded Gary Harris because they're like, we got a franchise point guard in Jamal Murray. That's it. So, those are two players that are really on the rise, like that are star players that I think are good, solid, probably blue chip investments maybe moving forward.
That's what I was going to ask you about. The MVP rumblings around Joker has skyrocketed his card, I'm sure, with Harden, with all the MVP candidates. I'm sure their value is through the roof now.
I mean, yes, it's certainly moving up. It's certainly moving up, but okay.
I got a question on top of that.
Okay.
The NBA drafts off potential.
Yep.
Investors invest off potential.
Yep.
Is that pretty accurate to say?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
You're going to probably miss on more players than you are going to hit. But the ones that you hit,
sure.
As long as your entry point is well, the ones that you hit are going to pay dividends on those.
R.J. Barrett is another example.
He hasn't skyrocketed yet.
Really? But he's playing well.
Yeah, I love R.J. Barrett's potential, and he's starting to realize it, too. He
looks
really good with Randall. I love Barrett.
And he's a left-hander.
I mean, he was the number one recruit, right?
100%.
Yeah. He was the number one recruit out of college, when he went to Duke. But Zion's just got that thing, He's just got that thing, and he's marketable, Barrett, almost from a personality perspective, reminds me of Kawhi Leonard.
That's a great point.
He's got all the game and all the potential in the world. He just doesn't have that thing that propels you to the next level. I mean, that was the thing about Jordan. He's so good with the media. Yeah. The media loved him. That made him just an international phenomenon. I mean, Zion's got that kind of stuff. People just like him.
And RJ's in New York, though. He's in a major market and still can't get the buzz that he probably deserves.
And
the Knicks kind of have sucked for the last 20 years, so that doesn't help either.
Yeah.
You could be the best rookie in the league, but if you're on the worst, one of the worst teams, that actually affects the card values. Because a lot of collectors and a lot of people think he's only doing that because he's the best player on the worst team. Would he really be this good if he was on the Nuggets?
Sure.
Or the Lakers, blah, 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 things like that.
Got it.
But they're in the playoff race now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in the playoff race in
Yeah.
the East.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Closing on, I got to tell you, the Hawks have to be elated with the trade that they made with the Clippers. And Rondo has not been playing well. And what they did is they clearly just bought playoff Rondo. They're like, we want playoff Rondo to come here and help us take down the Lakers. That is it.
Everyone knows that Rondo is in hibernation until playoff time. He does not wake up until the play, and so he's playoff Rondo for a reason. And so the Clippers invested into that more than anything. You're exactly right.
He's like Brooks Koepka. He just only gets up for the majors. Right?
That's a great point. That's a great point. That's a great point. When it counts the most,
Right.
you can rely on Rondo. And you can make the argument that the Lakers do not win the championship last year without Rondo.
Sure.
The way he played.
Oh, they needed him last year.
Absolutely.
Needed him.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so obviously I've talked about how I'm the resident gambler, I guess you would call. I'm the guy who likes to go all in on cards. Stefan's the expert. You know, he knows everything about it, everything there is to know about it. We call him the Oracle, I guess.
The Oracle.
Now, tell us a little bit about you. You're the rookie, oddly enough, and you're the only one who, was a professional athlete in this room. So tell us a little bit about why you got into this.
Yeah, I'm the rookie all over again in this whole space. And thanks to you over the last year and a half or so, really educating me about what's happening with something that I loved as a kid, this hobby that now has become an investment opportunity. So I'm enjoying the journey. It's an unbelievable, crazy space that I'm learning more from you. And here I am at the show.
Yeah, and you're seeing more NBA players, athletes, NFL. I mean, more athletes across the board are getting into this space. A lot of your friends, I'm sure. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm still involved in the sports world and investing and things of that nature. So, yeah, we'll talk more about that in future shows.
Seems like a natural fit, right?
It is, totally.
All right, man. In comes my favorite part.
Let's go.
Something that you're going to get acclimated with very quickly.
Yes.
Rippin' wax, man. I'm telling you, for our fellow degenerates, you know who I'm talking to right now. You're going to love this thing. Today we are opening a 1920 box of Flawless. And for those of you who do not know Flawless is not a cheap product. In my opinion, it's probably Panini's best quality release of product. Prism is probably one of the most popular brands out there, but for me, for value, Basketball Flawless is one of the best products you can possibly buy. It comes with 10 cards, 2 encased cards, and then 8 cards in the center. We're going to rip that thing, and then we're going to give it away to our audience.
Hold on. Repeat that again. We're going to give it away.
We're going to give it away.
Okay.
Give it away.
Okay.
Yep.
It's massive.
I ripped too many of these cases already, man. I mean, it's time we share with everyone else who's out there.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it, man. Okay.
We're ready.
Here we go, baby.
Let's do it.
Oh, you got to always have a moan right before you start this stuff because it really is luck of the draw gambling at its finest, to be honest. Here we go. Here we
You guys
go.
are lucky out there. I was trying to get them to give away a free box of Prism Draft.
So the way I like to do it is not look at the 2 encased cards that are on each side.
Sure.
So I like to just pull the middle 8 out, get rid of those because you could hit something really nice in this, but those are normally like where some special stuff really could be. So I'm going to lift this up right here.
Except for the Logo Man and Champ tags are usually in the box.
Yeah. So you get one of those, we're gonna be talking. We're gonna probably lose our minds here. So I flip it over quick. So we don't want to look at the bottom. Stephen always yells at me because my son, he always peeks at the bottom. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want this one. All right. So put that down there. So what you got in the top right there is a blockchain.
Right.
Which is a whole nother thing in itself. It's a digital card.
Talk about that. Yeah.
I mean, the NFT world and the blockchain world is it's going in places that I would have never thought. Okay. Those blockchain cards are surprisingly enough worth money. I'm not a huge believer in them, Stefan.
I want to hold the card.
Yeah.
I'd like to see it, but the prices they've been going up. I mean, I've sold some of those on the Panini auctions for anywhere from $30 to $1,500.
Wow.
For a digital card that just lives in your app or on your computer.
Yeah, not even real, not even tangible.
Wow.
That's the world we live in,
This world
man.
is evolving.
All right, so here we go. Who's the blockchain? players on the front.
There's no player on the front?
No, there's a name on the front. You could tell Michael's done. This is the first time he's done this. I love it.
Julius Erving.
Really?
The doctor.
The doctor.
Who I've had the pleasure of meeting a number of times.
Have you?
Legend. Absolute legend.
We've got some cards of his, right?
Oh, yeah.
We love
legend.
him.
The original.
Mm-hmm. Dr. J, man.
Dr. J.
All right.
Bam.
What do you got there? Goga.
Goga.
The bane of my existence.
Young fella.
No stories for Goga.
All right. Oh, this is my big brother right here.
Allen
The
Houston.
Great Allen Houston.
Yep.
Who is one of the hardest guys I ever had to guard.
Allen
Literally.
Houston?
If I had to name the four, it would be Allen Houston at number 4. It would be LeBron at number 3. LeBron at number 3. And LeBron just physically was just impossible to guard. Kobe at number 2.
Oh, geez.
God rest his soul, who was just a beast of a player. And then number 1, Allen Iverson.
AI?
AI.
You're kidding me.
Great story about AI. We played him 4 times in the regular season. Milwaukee Bucks, Sixers. The series is over in the regular season. And one of my teammates said, "Hey, Mike, you played great against Philly. You averaged 36 points a game against him." I said, "Wow, okay." He said, "The problem is Iverson averaged 48." So I was a negative 12 in the series. And he was just extremely hard to guard because he was so fast and so quick. And we became good friends, obviously.
How tall was he?
6 foot at best, 6'1" at best.
That crossover, man.
Fast.
I mean,
and
he
could
almost
shoot.
patented that crossover, right?
Yeah,
the AI
Tim
crossover.
Hardaway. Tim Hardaway,
Yeah.
one of the originals as well. But AI had had some sauce on it.
AI over Kobe.
Yeah, I mean, remember the crossover against Jordan? Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
You know, so. But Allen Houston is one of my big brothers and big mentors, man. So this is special. This is special. Almost like the Klay Thompson before Klay Thompson.
I'm sad we got to give that away to the audience.
Charles Oakley, the enforcer.
He's just scary.
I played against Oak many a times, and if you went into the lane back in the day, you would have got punished for it. If you're driving the ball and trying to get to the hoop, he's one of the guys that would have knocked you in your butt. He was that physical.
I mean, on that, on the Jordan documentary, you see. I mean, you're like, he was nasty in there.
Excellent player too, but just known more for his physicality and being an enforcer than anything.
Who do you think is like the modern day Charles Oakley? If there is,
I don't think it exists. Dwight Howard, maybe.
You wouldn't put Draymond up there, right? No.
And Draymond made the claim that he's the best defender ever. I can't say that. And I respect his confidence and his belief in himself, but I can't say he's the best defender of all time.
He's never been short of confidence.
No, you're supposed to believe in yourself and bet on yourself.
You say Bill Russell?
Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Bill Russell?
Of all time. I mean, what Jordan had 9 All-NBAs?
Jordan is, again.
Kobe had 9?
Yeah. Jordan was Defensive Player of the Year. Mm-hmm. Bill Russell, for sure, is one of the elite ones. But Draymond, great defender.
He's got 5, right? He's got,
yeah.
I mean, he's a great defender.
Help defense, too. Right?
Sure.
He's excellent on ball, but he's more excellent from a help defensive standpoint as well. So, but this guy was a beast, though. Mm-hmm. Charles Oakley was a beast. Oh, man. Eric Gordon. Wow.
Is he? Where's he play now?
He's in Houston.
Is he still in Houston?
Yeah.
I thought he got traded.
Quick story with Eric Gordon. I think I was the first freshman to ever lead the Big Ten in scoring. He was the second.
He played Indiana, right?
Indiana. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we had that link between us.
What happened to Indiana?
I don't know. Good question.
I mean, I really thought Miller was going to turn that thing around.
They just parted ways with Miller.
Yeah.
Right? So college basketball is better with Indiana being a great team.
Yeah, I agree.
Great program. Mm-hmm. So Eric Gordon is a bona fide bucket.
Premium ink. What is that?
Magic. Oh, my.
Oh, boy.
That's the magical
12 of 15. There you go.
Unbelievable. He was my favorite player growing up. And I had the privilege of meeting him during the Olympics. 10 years ago plus, and it was a magical moment for me to meet my idol, man.
Do you top 5 all time starting NBA team?
Oh, he's your point guard.
Is he?
He's your point guard.
Yeah, he's got to be,
He's
right?
your point guard. He's 6'9". He transcended the game because there was never a big guard like him before.
Right.
6'9", playing the point guard position. Just special. To me, he's the greatest point guard to ever live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top 5 player of all time.
Oh, that's a 1-on-1. What is that?
Wait, is that Culver?
That's Culver, 1-on-1. Otto.
Wow.
Nice.
Woo!
Wow.
See,
Wow.
the thing about that. So
Talk about that, Leo.
when you become a degenerate, you start to see this color, that turquoise-looking color. That tells you that the card is going to be a 1-on-1 in some way, shape, or
Wow.
form. And you see that RC up in the top right corner. You know, you really feel like you know it's a rookie. You know, tell you a funny story. Not really funny, but we cracked. I don't know. Stefan and I cracked about 135 cases of National Treasures. Didn't hit one Zion RPA. Not one. We hit the horizontals, not one vertical. And then we probably cracked 200 first off the lines, something like that. And then we hit quite a few of them there. We got it to the point. I mean, this is how you know you're a sicko, right? I mean, we got it to the point to where we could tell by just pulling the card down fractionally who the player was.
Oh, wow.
Where the ball placement was, where the card, on the card. Like, we knew before we even looked at the card.
Wow.
I mean, that's how you know
Top
you.
of the hairdo.
That's
Yeah.
reps. That's just reps.
We would see the backwards Spalding on it, and if it was on the left side of the card, like that's Zion right there. Before it even happened. I mean, that's how you know you're like I said, you're a sicko.
Yeah, you're in it.
You're in it. That's a nice card right there.
Beautiful card. Oh,
is that Conley?
that's Conley.
That's Conley.
That's our golfing buddy.
Uh-oh.
This is special because Mike is my little brother, and I'm so proud of him this year. He just became an all-star this year. So deserved of that, and I think one of the most underrated players the last 10 years in the NBA, Mike Conley.
He's one of the reasons Utah's playing where they're playing right now.
100%.
I mean, he's balling out. I was at the edge of my couch cheering for him in that 3-point contest.
Yes.
I'm like, don't you let Curry do it.
Yes.
He's going to do it.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, darn it, Curry. All right,
Yes.
fine. We get it. But can't you just give Mike this one?
Against anybody else, he would have won that
Right.
contest. And the beautiful thing about his game is that his game has evolved over the years. He wasn't shooting the 3-ball like this when he came into the NBA.
Not at all.
The last 5-6 years, he's evolved into a really, really outstanding 3-point shooter. So I love his game. I love what he brings to Utah. And he's one of my favorite people. And he's a good golfer, too, as you know. So,
A great guy.
yeah, I beat him all the time, but he's a good golfer. Oh, Jared Allen.
Jared Allen. He just
Wow.
got traded, right, Stephen?
To the Cavs a little while ago.
Yeah.
I thought he got traded. No, Jared Allen didn't just get traded.
He made
He's playing nice.
Drummond expendable and JaVale McGee expendable.
I don't know why for the life of me, I don't know why Cleveland got rid of Drummond. I do not understand that. They have the cap space. He fits in. I mean, he was playing fantastic.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I'm clueless like you. And there's a lot of nuance behind that with free agency coming up with him. But I mean, I like Andre Drummond. He's still a young guy. He's 27 years old.
Yeah.
So he has a lot of potential.
He's a rookie in 2012.
Yeah. So he's going to be really recruited during this buyout market time.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's a guy you should watch out for, because his card values could skyrocket. Really, because he's kind of been under the radar here. He goes to a team like LA, Clippers, New York. I mean,
agree.
those card values could spike real quick.
Well, he was in Detroit for a long time, and then he was in Cleveland. So he's kind of buried in that mid-market, basement. But you're right.
Sorry, Cleveland.
Yeah. Love Jared Allen, though.
All right, here we go. So what I like to do here is not look and keep it suspenseful. My son would disagree with that. He just kind of peeks in. He's like, ooh. So you got 2 encased cards right here. I'm going to hand those over to you.
Okay. Oh.
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Okay.
For anything big here.
Let's slide it.
Uh-oh.
Ah.
Is that Wade?
That Wade. Dwayne Wade.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
What's that number 2? Is that gold?
It's gold.
Is that 3 of 10? Oh, so strangely enough, jersey numbers are worth more. So if you get a card that's, 3 of 10 Dwayne Wade, it's worth more than a 6 of 10.
Because he wore number 3.
Yeah, exactly. Something as simple as that. Something as simple as that.
Well, I mean, I got a ton of stories. We played on the Olympic team together. And playing against him.
I forgot that.
Yeah. Playing against him for many years. We were great rivals and had great battles against each other. So, love his game. I remember when he was at Marquette. And I remember playing against him when I was in Milwaukee in the offseason. I said, this kid's special. And lo and behold, he wound up having a Hall of Fame career. And to me, he's one of the top 5 2 guards to ever live.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember seeing him at Marquette. Stephen and I were living together at the time, and you remember that finals? Who did he play in that finals? Was it the
Mavericks?
Was it the Mavericks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah,
he was lights
yeah.
out in that finals. Shaq was on that one.
Absolutely,
unbelievable.
People forget too. After that finals, a lot of fans and players, they had Dwayne Wade above LeBron in the NBA hierarchy at that point because LeBron still hadn't won anything.
Right.
And Wade was coming up, and then he had Shaq. And I remember a time where people were legitimately saying Dwayne Wade is better than LeBron James for a little while.
For a little bit. It was never really the case.
No.
But the perception of the championship brings. But yeah,
he won.
He won
something.
Exactly right. Exactly right. But LeBron was
that Olympics had to be a blast.
It was amazing. I'm playing with D Wade. I'm playing with LeBron. I'm playing with Kobe Bryant. I'm playing with Chris Paul, Dwight Howard. I mean, you name him. It was Darren Williams. It was Jason Kidd. We were loaded. Redeem team. All right. Had D Wade.
All right. What do we got here?
All right. Oh, Stevie Nash.
Stevie Nash. 4 or 5. See, that's a diamond card. That's a real diamond inside of that.
That's a real diamond.
It's a real diamond.
Wow.
It's a 4 or 5 Steve Nash diamond card.
Unbelievable. Well, he was a diamond player.
Hey, he was nice.
He was my former teammate too.
Oh, I forgot about that. You played with him.
Played with him in Phoenix. Unbelievable teammate, unbelievable player, and he's doing a great job now with coaching the Nets.
So the fun part about Flawless is you have a chance to have gigantic hits.
Mm-hmm.
The sad part, is when you don't hit an RPA. We did get a 101 Culliver, which is
that's a decent card.
Which is a good card, but really, with the price of these products nowadays, and this is, I think, where a lot of the, I guess, degenerates are coming in. They, like myself, you have to hit something ultra rare, or a rookie, or a Zion, or a Ja in this in particular year, or a LeBron, or something to get your value out of it. It's so hard to, like, if you miss, you just lost 50% of your money at least, I would say. Yeah.
Wow.
And when you're spending $10,000, $1,000 a card, it becomes very difficult to stomach kind of that gamble.
Yeah, that briefcase probably had about $2,000, $2,500 in it.
Wow.
That's part of the gamble.
Wow.
You lost 75%.
Wow.
But
if you hit,
you get a $500,000 card. We ripped a case of Flawless. One, it was in my office. Stephen and I did. No lie. He hit the Luka logo man in the first case. And I'm like,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was a big card.
Yeah.
Probably a couple $100,000. Monster card.
Yeah.
Huge card. The next case, LJ hit the Zion logo man. In the next case, we were running around the room, screaming, throwing things.
We had just barely settled down from me pulling that Luka. Like I was still sitting in a chair, half hyperventilating, and then a dual logo man, one of the best cards in the entire product,
comes out.
Top 5 card in the entire product comes out of the very next case.
And we were like, ah! And of course, we got them both. And then we broke 50 more because we're sickos, of course. All right. All right. Now, don't forget to like us on Instagram. We're giving away those flawless cards, courtesy of LJ's Card Shop. We're getting ready to go on spring break, so LJ needs that, needs a little spending money. So since he gave away his flawless, so please like us on Instagram and your chance to get, some free flawless cards. I don't know many people are giving away that kind of stuff.
That's massive.
No one.
So enjoy, and next episode we'll have something a little bit better. Hopefully, we'll keep the suspense coming. So we're gonna go right now to the guru, man. The guru. So I got into Stefan we used to, when we were kids, collect cards, and I know he remembers walking to Schindler's, this is a place in Minnesota where we're from, and they would have cards and comic books and collectibles, and I wish I could go back in time and kind of grab all those things because they had no idea how much value was actually in there. And recently, when we started LJ's Card Shop, he has the knowledge, right? He is the guy. He knows everything. I know sports, I have enough instinct. I'm the wild man. I'm the guy who just says, you know what? Who cares how much it is? Let's go. Buy it. And he is the conservative investor. He's almost like the mad money man of cards. He gets deep into these things that I would never even know. So we're going to bring him in right now, and we're going to give his hot 5 takes, top 5 investments right now of the week. Take it away, Guru.
Oh, it's my turn. All right. We're going to go with baseball this week since the season starts, 5-6 days from now?
April 6th, right?
Yeah, a little over a week. I have some big name guys that everyone's heard of. They may have had a down year last year, but they're already having a bounce back season in spring training that should lead into the regular season as well. I'm going to start with a big name. Everybody knows this guy, Pete Alonso, rookie home run record 2 seasons ago, second-round pick from the Mets. Last year, some of his stats were a little down, but he still hit a ton of home runs.
The Mets weren't that good.
The Mets weren't that. They haven't been good.
They got Lindor. They're going to be better this year.
Now they have Lindor. They have amazing pitching. The team looks like they have a real shot this year to do something. His prices are starting to creep up a bit, but you can pick up a PSA 10 base auto for about $1,300 right now. A purple PSA 10 for around $2,600. And if you want to get really crazy, you can grab a orange 9.5. I saw one up last night, and a PSA red 9. That's going to run you about 11, 12 grand though.
You want to make sure you go Bowman Chrome on baseball.
Okay.
Just like Flawless in basketball or Prism or NT, Bowman Chrome dominates the baseball market.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it, that's correct.
If you can afford to get the Bowman first of any player, that will always be their best card. Just like a National Treasures basketball RPA will be the best card for the basketball player or football. So I'm going to go with another big name who had a down year last year, Gavin Lux. He's drafted in 2016 by the Dodgers. A lot of hype surrounding that guy. I think maybe the pressure kind of got to him a little bit. He didn't play that great, but now that they won the title, the pressure's off a little bit. He's looking much better, and he's much more affordable than some of the guys out there. You can pick up a base PSA 10 auto rookie for about $550 as of last night. You can get a green 9.5 for around $1,300. You can get an orange to 25 PSA 10 around $9 grand, and for an orange, that's pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah, for comparative reasons, a Mike Trout orange 9.5 probably goes for $500,000.
Oh, wow.
Something like that. And some of the up-and-coming players like Acuna, he's probably half that, maybe 150, something like that.
What did that Red Acuna just went for? $331,000 last Golden.
Yeah, Red is numbered to 5. Acuna plays for the Braves.
Wow.
$330,000. And you probably, when he came out, he was a rookie in, 16, right?
17 was his first actual season.
But at the 16,
he was drafted in
Chrome.
17.
Okay.
He was drafted in 17. Actually, 18 was his rookie year. He beat out Juan Soto for Rookie of the Year that year. All right, here's one. I really like this guy, and he is very inexpensive at the moment. Andres Jimenez. He wasn't drafted, but the Mets signed him in free agency, and he was part of that Lindor trade. And he looks like he is the starting shortstop now for the Cleveland Indians. You can get a base PSA 10 auto of his for $200 right now. That's very affordable. For refractors, around $300-$400 for a PSA 10. And even I was on last night on eBay. There was a gold PSA 10 to 50 for $1,250. For a gold PSA 10 rookie of anybody, it's very affordable.
Did you buy it?
I bought 2 last week.
Okay.
All these players that I'm mentioning, I'm not just mentioning. I've been buying all of these players for the last month to 2 months, getting ready for the season, because that's when you should be buying these cards before the preseason if you like anybody. And in the off season is where you get all of your best deals for any sport across the board. Buy in the off season if you have patient money, and just hold on to them before the season starts. If they get hot in spring training or the early part of the season and you're just trying to make money, flip these cards, it's the best time to sell them. But yeah, Jimenez, I like him a lot. This guy, Brian Hayes for the Pittsburgh Pirates, drafted in 2015. His dad was Charlie Hayes. He was a pretty big-time player for the Phillies back in the day. I've been buying up as much of this guy as I can. He came up last year for like 25, 26 games and just crushed it. And he's continuing to – he's actually playing better now than he was last year. And you can still grab raw autographs for him for around $300. Take your chances and try grading them. Refractor PSA 10s are about $1,000. If you would have bought them 2 months ago, a third of that price, literally a third of that price. That's how much he's shooting up. You can go a green 9.5, about $5,000. There's a gold 9.5 up right now at $3,100 buy now. There's a purple 9.5 at around $1,100. So his prices have they've almost doubled in the last 2 months, literally.
Wow.
Doubled, if not more. But he's a top Rookie of the Year contender at the moment. He looks really good out there. Last guy, Andrew Vaughn for the Chicago White Sox, first-round pick, third pick of the draft in 19. And now with Eloy being out for pretty much the rest of the year, that shoulder.
Not happy about that.
Pec injury he had trying to get that ball the other day. They're going to need his bat, and he's another one of the top Rookie of the Year contenders. So he was big coming out in the draft too, so he started off kind of high. But you can get a refractor or a base 9.5 auto for less than $1,000. There's a couple of purple and blue 9.5s I saw for around $1,400. And then if you want to get crazy, I saw a blue PSA 10 for around $5,000 on eBay. And I think a lot of people are holding on to his cards right now, waiting for the season to start, because there aren't a lot up right now, especially for PSA 10s. And then here's one note. So you have all these big prospects who were just in spring training. Some of them did well. Some of them didn't do that well. A lot of them got sent back down to the minors. So they're going to leave the public's consciousness for a little while. So
Wander Franco.
Prices will drop. Wander Franco is one of them. I mean, but he's so hyped that he might have a small decrease, but the price of his cards, even a small decrease, can be a lot of money. So you have Wander Franco, Bobby Witt, who was tearing it up when he first came out. All his cards skyrocketed. They're slightly going down a little bit. Jared Kalinick for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez, Spencer Torkelson for Detroit. He was the first pick of the draft last year. You should be able to pick up these guys within the next month or so. As the season starts and everyone's focused on who's in the majors, the prices should come down on these a little bit, and you should be able to pick up some pretty good deals. Once again, if you have patient money to wait for them to actually make it up to the big leagues. But a lot of these guys, they're on the fast track to make it up even this year. Wander Franco is going to be in the majors this year, 100%. Kelenic, Rodriguez, maybe even Bobby Witt down the road. So if you can wait a little bit, up to a month, get them on the decline as soon as they come in. As soon as they're announced that they'll go to the majors, there will be a spike in their prices. That's all it takes. So those are my 5 guys: Andres Gimenez, Pete Alonso, Ke'Bryan Hayes, Gavin Lux, and Andrew Vaughn that I've been buying up quite a bit of cards for the last month or so.
Well, I'll tell you what. Take it or leave it. I would take it. Any person that Stefan in the last 2 years has recommended to me, I bought every single one of them. The problem is he can't stop me from buying them because I buy too much of them. I like to go all in on these things. He likes to place things in different places, and that's a good investment strategy. Hedge your bets, but I like to go for Tesla, man. I like to go all in, and I think when you're looking at this, what he's exactly right in is the ebbs and flows of the industry. When baseball's coming up, spring training's coming, it gets hot. You start seeing, I was trying to buy Vladimir Guerrero's on eBay, and I'm literally going back and forth with this guy, and I'm offering him $5,600, and he wants $5,750, and I'm like, fine. So then I bought a few other ones. Go back to him, like in the middle of the night, all of a sudden the card's $10,000, and I'm like, come on, man, and it happens that fast. The market goes that quick, so you almost have to go on a covert op to get down there and start taking them out silently, because when you start grabbing them and they start flying off the shelves, gone. I mean, Vladimir Guerrero's prices have done what? They've tripled?
They're triple from 2-3 months ago.
Yeah, triple.
He is playing out of his mind.
Out of his mind.
He was going to be on my list, but at his card price,
the word is out by this point.
They're already out of reach for most collectors.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Stefan.
Thank you.
Hey, man, we wrote them down. Yeah. I'm buying them.
Oh, my God.
I'll tell you what.
Take that intel and run with it. Yeah.
Good intel and run with it. All right. Well, Rubb and Redd signing off. See you guys next week, all right?
Peace.